Hey, Will.
Or no, I mean they'll deliver it.
Yeah, but you gotta know.
Do DoorDash.
That's smash for delivery and shit.
I think she.
So this is the office.
She has like DoorDash.
That's Lou. Andre.
You don't know me.
But I got more of the studio set up, my art studio. About to get your cards together, just smoking real quick. So yeah, I have already vended for the guy that I'm supposed to have this business meeting with. So like I've already met him and he's already seen my artwork and everything, which is why he wanted to feature it in his store. So it's not like I'm not worried about it or whatever. It's already basically in the bag. It's just like sitting down and actually discussing numbers and things of that nature is what we were gonna do. But yeah, so I've been making a lot of stuff. I actually hold on one second, let me get this for you so I can show you. But I've been making like all types of different types of jewelry. Like I've got these stones now that I've been making. Oh, as you can see with what I'm wearing, but different types of stone jewelry I've been doing where it's just like I'm wrapping the stones and I got it packaged and everything now. But yeah, trying to take this shit to another level, you feel me? I've even made earrings and stuff too. I can show you a quick set. But like I'm starting to make earrings and stuff out of the necklaces and the charms that I had. But trying to see what I could do and how much I could do with what I could do. You feel me? You feel me? I know you feel me. And that actually sounds like it's going to be pretty relevant to your story. I had the fan going. I'm going to have to turn that down for now so that these cards don't blow all over the place. Right? I was going to use this deck right here, but I was just told that this is not the deck for you. So I am going to go get another deck and we will get into your reading. This is your deck, the Modern Witch, right? We gotta keep it relevant. I should. Divine Spirit, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to do this. Thank you for allowing me to tap into Camilla's energy. Please allow us to get into these messages. Just looking for an ashtray. I got one behind me. So I got the ashtray and you know the water. Hope you're drinking your water. Stay on top of that. And I know I want to make another trip down there so I can bring some because it's really important to have clean water and like cleanse, keep cleansing. Fruit. Do a fruit cleanse. Death. Yeah. Okay, so it's like when you eat things that are dead, they continue to die throughout your body. So it's like your processing, your digestive is blocked, your digestion is blocked. Water takes literally the time that gravity takes to get into your stomach because that's literally all it is, where food takes time to process and break down and then create slime and sludge and like it blocks up your intestines. So the thing about fruit is fruit has acid, like especially like oranges and grapefruit, lemons, things of that nature. You should stick to, but I'm getting raspberries too. Something with more antioxidants, blueberries, but something that's the acid of the fruit is gonna eat away at the acid of the death in the intestines. So that's a message that I'm getting. Incorporate fruit, whether it's just like the first thing in the morning having a smoothie. You need more fruit in your diet because it's like you're literally, fruit is bearing. It brings forth life. Like it's fruit. I'm trying to think of a different word to use other than fruit, but it's like plentiful. It's it represents like limitless, like it's a seed, you know. It represents life and it represents possibility. So it's like if you start your morning with abundance, you're only going to create abundance around you throughout the rest of the day. And I feel like you'll have a better ability to draw it towards you also. But it's like, find your fruit also, because I'm not telling you what to eat, obviously. All I'm trying to say is, like, you won't know how differently you can operate, meaning spiritually, intellectually. Like, your diet plays a big role in your ability to see clearly, your insight, your intuition, your telepathy, mental block. 5 of Swords. This is coming out with the Chariot. So if this is about positive movement forward, you're having a lot of mental blocks about moving forward. This looks like, to me, it has to do with a vehicle. For one, I can see she's moving, like, literally on her way somewhere, and it looks like she's leaving something. I would almost say home, but because she looks like a city dweller. City dweller, funny. I don't know why I'm talking like that. City slicker, I want to say. But anyway, if you see that she's leaving the place that's familiar, it's mental conflict in leaving that place. You almost want to feel like you have the upper hand here, but the upper hand is still confusion, because she's trying to use her intuition, which is blocked, because the truth that she's holding in this hand is not the same judgment that she's making with this one. So it's almost, I feel like you're doing two-handed things, like it's not necessarily you, so let me not put that out there, but it's the energy around you. It's someone's being two-handed and almost feeling like they're getting the upper hand on a mental argument or a mental situation. And the reason I say upper hand is because, do you see how, like, everybody else feels left out? And these are women here. These are women feeling like left out in the cold, hurt, heartbroken. Again, this might not be your energy, but this is the energy around you. Somebody here is using intuition, using their mental abilities, their knowing to, the energy I'm getting here is like someone's almost creating their own stories to be told, or their own truths that they're telling. And it's almost like people know that they're being lied to, and they just have to walk away. Like, they can't even pick up the swords anymore. Like, they've just walked away from the fight. 5 is about change. 5 is about conflict. So this is mental conflict, as I keep saying, because somebody here is being two-handed, or like doing one thing, saying another, moving funny. This is moving funny is the energy I'm getting here. Somebody's moving funny, and it's somebody that's like, okay, wow, moving funny, King of Cups. So this is like, at the end of the day, this would be someone that like is in control of their emotions. They're almost so much in control of their emotions that they're able to manipulate other people's emotions. So it's like being that aware of self, being that comfortable, and this is emotions because it's water. So it's like being that comfortable with oneself, that like, you know the impact you leave, you know what energy you bring into the room, you know how to change the flow of things. Like, you know who you are, and you stand in your power, almost to the extent, or almost to the case where, again, you can control others. And knowing that is the problem that I feel with this energy, because it's like, it's manipulating. It's very manipulative. It's like you can be withholding. So it's like, because, you know, and let me just break it down to a situation, because it's almost like, because I know you like me, now I'm going to withhold myself from you to see how far I can go, or see how much I can control, or see how I can have an upper hand on the situation, which is causing mental conflict, because you're saying one thing like you care, but you're doing something else. It's that two-handed, weird energy. Not weird at all, because you know what's going on, and there's disappointment here. Wow. 5 of Cups. This is the other card that came out for you. So this here is a disappointment. Basically, it talks about the energy of something being lost here. If this was a celebration or happiness, this is third party energy, though, I'm getting. This is like really, and this energy here isn't, I really don't want to say, like, but 5 is about change, so I'm not going to say it's not for your highest good, because honestly, there's lessons here to learn, and you're going to get to it one way or the other. And who am I? I can't tell you what you need to do. But at the end of the day, this looks like whatever situation you're in right now, it's leading to mental conflict, disappointment, like heartache kind of disappointment. There's love here. There's real love that was being put on the table, but somebody's not even seeing that. Somebody's not willing to accept that offer. And it's causing someone to feel stabbed in the fucking back. This is swords here. This is someone, like, at the end of the day, you're not dead, but this represents death again. This is that death card that came out a little while ago. So it's like, if 10 of Swords is about death, you're on the verge of having a new breakthrough or having a new truth that lesson that's gonna be learned. But it's like, you're still there checking the messages. You're still there in that place that has literally, like, stolen all of your energy. This is what death would be. Like, it's taken all of your energy. You're not dead. You're not dead in the physical sense, but like in the mental state, you're exhausted. You should be at the end of the day, because it's like, if you still can invest this little bit of energy, you're still tied. Like, you're not seeing that, like, even though this is killing you, you're still tied to this thing. So it's until you take that truth that, yeah, I have these scars, I've learned this lesson, this thing has done this to me, and it's made me stronger, and I'm not going back to that person that I was that accepted that for this to happen. This is the lesson. There's a truth, there's a sword, there's a word, there's a meaningful thing that's supposed to come out of this disappointment here, because you need to be disappointed at the end of the day, because honestly, there's no emotional outpour. There is an emotional outpour, but it's not for you. It's like for what was lost. It's like for the emotions that were there and that aren't anymore. That's right. What's being poured out. Sorry, I'm just trying to straighten this so you can maybe see these cards a little bit better as I lay them out too. Still trying to get my angles, you feel me? Trying to get my angles right. Wow. Chariot came out and the Four of Wands. So Four of Wands is about stability. It's also the 1111 energy, which is a portal. So I'm getting portal energy, which is the divine feminine. Your divine feminine is literally like crying out because she's asking you to leave a situation. Like, there's no two ways to put this. If this is about like looking for stability or looking for reaching a stability, you have your light and your dark, your good and your bad. You have the options here. And I feel like what the bigger truth to all this is like, in your search for stability and your search for what would represent union and home for you, you're the one stabbing yourself in the back. And that's the truth that you're gonna have to come to, because it's like, it's your choices, it's your decisions that you're making that's gonna leave you in the same state. You're not, it's almost like I get repeated cycle with this energy. I want to see what's at the Page of Wands. This is wanting a new beginning. And this is like fire energy. So it's wanting a new passionate beginning. So it's like, as I was just trying to explain, we can want things so much that it can almost be to our own detriment, because we aren't at the place where we would even deserve those things yet. And I'm telling you, because I can speak for, like, I want shit to pop today. Like, I was waiting for it yesterday to pop, you feel me? But if it did, like, am I ready? Am I really in a place where I would be prepared to, like, handle it if it did? This is about getting into an energy where you're more mentally grounded and more mentally stable and not so easily shooken, because this is a mature energy. Someone here is being a page, which is someone that's still learning life lessons, still like looking, seeking thrills, still seeking, like, it's like a immaturity almost, sort of, to say. Like, there's really immaturity that's being, I was waiting for it to come out. There's an immaturity here because this is about love. You have the Three of Cups here, which is the celebration, the three. I feel such powerful. You always get this card because you're meant to come together with two other women and really create a storm. Like, you're really, your voice, your influence, your words, you're not seeing your portal here. You're not seeing the power of self and the union of self. This is the masculine and feminine. And please, when I say you, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the energy around you. So, and me saying that, the energy around you is having people that you love and that you dearly treasure and cherish and want to emotionally pour into, and have them pour into you. Bring you all the happiness in the world. Like, feel complete, feel at like, again, in such a state of love and completion and happiness and well-being. That's what you're seeking. That's what you want. You want this emotion because you're such an air, like, you're air. This is flow. What would match your flow? Water. Your air, water matches your flow. You feel me? But it's like at the end of the day, your happiness isn't going to be discovered until you discover it within yourself. This is the nurturing card. This is the mother card. This is the self-nurturing, the one that pours into her own cup because she knows who she is. She's the warrior at the end of the day where she's not withholding. You saw the King of Cups that tried to show up. His ass didn't even show up in the reading, but she showed up. That's the type of strength that I'm talking about, is the difference here. Where somebody's really being strength because they're in tune with one and oneself versus somebody saying, yeah, I know what I can do, I know what I can offer, and I know how I can manipulate. That's the difference here. And I'm not necessarily saying the masculine energy is like more manipulative than the female, but understand the roles of the male and the female. Men are here to protect. They're supposed, that's the story. Let me tell you that. let's go into it. But the whole idea behind the masculine is they're the protectors, they're the stronger suited beings because they're the ones that are more guided, or they're more logical, they're more cautious, they're more thoughtful. We're women, we are thoughtful because it's a thoughtful from here. It's a heartfelt, but our heart is in our gut. It's a knowing that comes from the universe. It's a knowing that's not connected to this earth. It's a knowing that's connected to the ethers. Like women, it's water, it's the moon, it's deep rivers, it's deep flowing emotions, it's deep flowing. We're connected to things we don't even realize how and why we're connected to it. And that's the difference. That's why the queen shows up differently, because she knows who she is and she knows what she's worth and she knows what she's connected to at the end of the day. False connections is the energy I'm getting around you, and that's why you need to leave. You need to leave a situation here that's causing a lot of mental conflict. Nobody, third party energy is here so strong, like, and I feel like you always get third party energy because it's like that's the energy you're attracting. It's like until you commit to the journey of self. Wow, damn. Sorry, this is getting real because again, a girl is always talking to me too. Until you commit to the journey of self, and this is the card that, and I can't even hold on to the shit right now. This is what's in between here. She's taking a trip to find herself, to find her masculine and her feminine, and get them into alignment. Get them into, so if the masculine is all those things I described, the feminine would be the mother, the nurturer, the knowing, the caring, the thoughtless, the warrior. But it's like a different type of warrior. And at the end of the day too, it's knowing the difference. You really have to discover what your masculine and feminine is, because it's not, I'm not here to tell you either. Like, we all have to go on this journey. We all have to go on this path, because at the end of the day, you're seeking something that's, it's like, and this is how it's coming in. You think it's like this, it's really like this. If you're feeling like you finally got these swords out or finally got these swords up, then your happiness is upside down. When your happiness is upside down, these swords are in. Like, this is 10-10. This is a portal too. And talk about portals, man. Portal. You got 10-10 showing up in your reading. This is 11-11. 10 breaks down to a 1. 10 breaks down to a 1. 11-11. Do you see 11 literally? Like, take it. 11-11. Like, these are portals here. You have a time right now where it's like you can make or break your situations, and the mental conflict is just confusion at the end of the day, to take away from like the heightened sense of person you're supposed to be. You have distractions in your life. This is sleepless nights. This is worrying. This is mental fucking conflict. Like, if this wasn't mental conflict, do you see how mentally conflicted she is in this card? Like, how many swords, how many words, how many things need to stab you in the back before you start to see that maybe these things aren't for you? They're not for you. These people aren't for you. And it's like, if celebrations are being had while you're feeling like this, who's really celebrating? Like, I don't know, again, what's going on with you and the energy around you, but I know that unless you honor and be true to self and really honor what's going on with you emotionally, you're going to continue to be stabbed at the back, because these people, I feel like, And if the way that Stephen just broke down again, 5 is half a 10. They can only offer you half of what you can offer to yourself. Like literally at people's best, they can only offer you half of what you can offer to yourself. And that's no one's fault. Like, we ain't mad at them about that. Because honestly, like, are we willing to give 100 to somebody? Like, no. I know I'm not. I'm not going to say you aren't. But, like, at the end of the day, you shouldn't be. Because I got to say something for me. I can't give you 100 if I still need to have something here for me at the end of the day. I'm willing to... hey, 50-50. Look at the 1 and 1. Look at the 1 and 1. Yo, 11-11. Ashe. Gratitude, ashe. All I'm trying to say here is, if you can't see the synchronicity behind, we're talking about, if you can't give me 50-50, that's a 1-to-1 ratio. That's another portal. That's another, like, state of being where you're going to enter into a different, it's ascension. It's entering into a different level of consciousness once you can complete that. Like, start looking at life like a fucking portal. We are portals. Women are literally portals to life. Like, we bring things into life that are literally entering into a different dimension. Like, we bring things from one dimension to another. Like, the power behind that, it can't be replicated. It has yet to be replicated. So, like, I mean, people are being made in labs and stuff, but you still have to put them in the womb. So, ashe. With that being said, I don't like this energy. I don't like if this is you and you're going through this. I don't know if this is necessarily, it's all swords, which is, I mean, you're a Libra, this is your energy. So I don't know if you're going through this or if somebody is putting you through this energy. But at the end of the day, like, if this is what happiness looks like to you, maybe you need to question whether or not you're the toxic one. Because you shouldn't be in a state of sleepless nights, feeling manipulated, feeling like your characters on trial, feeling played, feeling like people are trying to cheat you out of things, walk away from you, lie to you. Now you got to start all over, replan, redirect, find the passion all over again, because you are the emperor. You had the ability to call the shots from the beginning. So it's like, call the shots from the beginning. Call the fucking shots. Because if it is about, and let me break this down another way too, because look at this. Damn. Ashe. If the energy here is between a divine partnership, this is the Emperor and Empress, and you see how my energy just changed. Why? Because you're dealing with so much love that you have for the masculine and the feminine, but it's seeing it in you. It's realizing that at the end of the day, like, there's a mental block. Well, so the blockage in between the two of them, I would see this as communication, but this would be passionate communication, because this is fire at the end of the day. But 8 as well, so abundance. So it's like, it's something that's continuing to me. It's and look, she's on the road on this bike too. Like, damn. It's when you hit the road. It's when you hit the road, your masculine and your feminine start to realign. Coming back into it though, this is what's following the Empress, is the mental confusion. Your damn. Bitched. Sorry. Talk about synchronicity. Look at these numbers here. When you hit the road, this is your Leo moon directing your Libra sun, telling your masculine, guiding your feminine. Her saying, listen, I'm getting the feeling that this is where we go to do this. This is where we go. This is where we get it at. And him saying, I trust you. I got you. I trust your intuition. And all of that happening within you. Nobody else is here. This is you. This is the divine partnership within you. And seeing the abundance in that. Seeing the abundance in the power that you possess. But being in a mental prison because you're confused on how you speak to yourself. You're confused on what you tell yourself because you haven't aligned with oneself. Next card out, 8. You got 888. You got the 1111, 888. I mean, this is really like, and if this is telling me at the end of the day, you need to get to work. Because it's not until you do this work on oneself that you're really going to understand what it is that you've been going through, what you've been going through for. Like, and I know like this reading is, I haven't really gotten into any specifics because it's like, this is bullshit. And like, why get into specifics with bullshit? We all know what bullshit look like. And when you're going through bullshit, people are bringing you bullshit, and you're only going to continue to put up with it because there's something in you that you need to fix to stop accepting bullshit. And I mean, that's just what it is. So, all right, I want to pull a couple more cards for you because, you know, I don't like to leave stuff at this kind of level or this kind of place, but it's just, you know, I recognize something different in you to begin with. So it's like when you come into your power and to see the strength that you possess, when I break the deck, this is the first card that comes out, the Void. So this is stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. We was just talking about the portals, the womb. This is another portal right here. So your portal is really walking you, like I feel like you're really being called. The Queen of Cups is about intuition. You're really being called to like listen to your intuition, to accept things, to accept the truths that are being presented to you. When people tell you things, believe them. When they tell you how things are, you really need to believe them. Because at the end of the day, like, nobody's gonna go through your struggles with you. They're just not. And they can judge you, but at the end of the day, like, do they cry with you too? Like, do they pay your bills? Do they, like, and it ain't even like, I ain't even trying to knock people, because at the end of the day, like, people could be trying to come from a good place with what they're saying, but they don't know you. Nobody's gonna know you. You know you. You know what you need. You know what you're out here looking for. So you can't expect other people to even, like, you could grow up with somebody and y'all are still on two different fucking paths, like, at the end of the day. Excuse my language, I don't even mean to be talking like this. I don't know where I'm coming from with this right now, but it's just saying, like, everything changes and everything's meant to change. And it's like, you could be on a spiritual journey and not even seeing, like, the fact that your change is affecting everything around you. But until you see your spiritual journey, would you recognize it? Like, would you recognize the power that you possess of the room? No, because you didn't know you had it, you know? Falling into my arms is the oracle that came out from, this is the Starseed Oracle. So this is saying surrender, holding the opposites extremes of life. So it seems like to me things are either one extreme or another. They're either that was that swords. You remember how it's flipping up the happy, the cups, and then the swords, the death? It's that extremes of life. Like, you're either on a high with people or you're really low and ready to cut them off, ready to pull out the sword. You can't, it's not like I'm saying you can't. What I'm saying is surrender to the need to be so cut and dry. Surrender to the need to control. Learn the divine feminine for her patience, her calmness, her wisdom, her deepness, her knowing. Like, it's gonna, like, when you evolve, there's so many different levels to it. Like, you, and every time you've seen me, I've been different. And I know you could, like, we could laugh about this shit because, like, girl, you done seen me in every kind of level through this damn journey, and I'm not even where I'm supposed to be. So, like, talk about synchronicity. Look how beautiful she is. Ashe. Lightworker, Starseed, save the world by being you. Need I say more? You haven't figured out who you are yet. And honestly, like, I wouldn't even be entertaining people until I did that. Like, you can't entertain anybody until you do this, because you're just going to keep confusing yourself. You're going to keep confusing situations and keep having to, and falling into my arms. You want to fall, you want somebody to fall into your arms, or you want to fall into somebody's. Like, that's the desire, that's the need at the end of the day. But that's almost like what your soul's crying out to you. Like, fall into me. Like, I got you. It's like almost learning a different... You're at the stage where your evolution right here is going to be learning a different meaning to love. Like, this may be hard to think about this now, but it's like, could you imagine that everything that you've been doing up until now has been toxic? And, like, literally trying to teach you a lesson. And, like, it's hard to accept at the end of the day. Activated Earth. Power places, ley lines, trust where you've been led. And as I was just about to say, I can only say this because I've been through it. Like, I've literally led toxic ass love lives, and you had to literally find yourself, to find what your boundaries you should have been placing, to find, like, meaning. Just as simple as that, just to find the meaning. This is really, like, I feel like this is to soften. This is to soften oneself, to soften the heart, to soften the blows of what life places on you. Because heartbreak is literally, it's breaking. You're breaking your heart apart. So it's like, it's not an easy process, but you're changing it when you do that. You're transforming. There's a death that occurs. So with death comes life. It transforms into something. There's something new to be expected is all I'm trying to say. So start expecting something new and see where that leads you. I love you so much, and I hope this helps. Bye.